All right, so it's just about 5 after, and we're going to go ahead and get started. This meeting is being recorded, so anybody who catches up with us later in the middle of the meeting is sure to be able to catch up in the recordings on D2L afterward. So Galen, again, thanks for joining us for the meeting tonight. You are in for a treat. Just kidding. We have a pretty standard meeting tonight, no lie. So see if I can get my slides to work. So I'm back up and running with 2 computers, which feels much more comfortable, finally. So our agenda for this evening, we're just going to go over a few of the things, ways virtual students can save money, have our weekly budget report, marketing report, and then touch on filling our executive council this semester with May elections. We're going to look for some student input on virtual clubs and some different topics or content that we can maybe offer online in webinars or on our D2L page. We do not have anything to vote on tonight, but we are trying to make sure that everyone's aware of some of the upcoming dates and events here at the bottom. So our next general council meeting is next Monday. We do have a confirmed guest speaker. Jennifer Hummel from Library Services is going to be coming and talking to us about what's available for virtual students. And then on March 22nd, we are doing the online component for Hack Tank, which will be live at Harrisburg campus, but we'll offer it on Zoom and give online students a way to participate, see all the students that pitch their business ideas and compete for a cash award. And then there is a voting component that both online and on-campus students will be able to participate in. And then the virtual silent auction, which supports Hack Foundation scholarships, is Wednesday, April 18th. Right, Faith? Okay, awesome. I always feel like the silent auction is not the same day as the day of giving, but it is incongruent or something consistent with the day of giving. So it'll be April 18th.
2 days early, just so you know.
It starts 2 days early? I was even going to put that. I was going to put 16th through like 21st because I thought it went 2 days after too, but then I held back. But anyway, just something to keep students aware of as we get into the spring here. So when we review the ways that virtual students can save money, we always want to go over the bookstore discounts. And I did find the sheet from the bookstore of all the items and what percentages they are discounted at. So I sent that to Emily to hopefully add to our website, and that will kind of cover some of the items that were just recently added. And then also a little update with Access Code Reimbursement Program is I'm about to post all of the forms that students need to fill out and the information with it on D2L. So I was looking at the forms and noticed a date discrepancy. So in case students have been filling that out and sending that in to academic affairs, I just wanted to make them aware of the different dates that were on there, and we have that fixed. So the PDF on our website, hack.edu/VLSAC, has been updated with that form. So I'll be putting that up on D2L then. And another way that's available for virtual students to save some money is there are 2 different scholarships that were created from the VLSAC. This is when we work in the day of giving and silent auction, that those monies are able to go and replenish the accounts for these scholarships. So it's very important to us that we maintain working with those initiatives, because there's not a lot of other ways that we can continue those scholarships that we founded. So that's the Dynamic Champion Award and the Legacy of Learning. They're both under Hack Foundation scholarships for specifically virtual students. So with that, I'm gonna, Gracie, if you wanna take it away for item 2, our budget report. Do you want me to stop sharing screen?
Yes, please.
Roger that.
Okay, can everybody see this clearly? Okay, so operational supplies is currently budgeted at $49,791.14, or basically $50,000, and none of that has been spent. Prizes and gifts is budgeted at approximately $6,700, with approximately $3,000 of that spent, leaving $3,600 left. Printing and copying, the budget is currently $1,500, but last week at the last meeting, we had a vote that passed that allowed us to increase that budget by $1,500. And Emily, did that process go through?
It did not. So I did put in the request to move some of these accounts around so that like the operating supplies, I know that we put into some other accounts just to even it out a little bit more, but it has not gone through yet. It will, I would imagine, in a few days.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so it's going to go up to 3,000, but at the moment it's at 1,500. And then other purchase supplies is set at $2,500 for its budget, with only $9 of it mysteriously spent. Meeting expenses are set at $500 for the budget, with $1,442 of that spent. And then special events is budgeted at approximately $29,500, with $3,900 of that spent, leaving $25,800 in total. And with all that combined, the total budget for everything is approximately $90,400, with not $6,900 of that spent, leaving $83,600 left. Now that evens out to only 8% of the entire budget spent overall. Corey, I see you laughing over there.
I'm not. This is not a laugh. This is all excitement right here.
Okay, and then you go back, only the prizes / gifts budget has been spent, along with the special events budget. Well, significantly spent. It's been a long day. I apologize. So for the prizes and gifts budget, 45% of it has been spent, and 55% of it is still available for spending. For the special events, only 13% of that has been spent, leaving 87% of that budget still available for spending.
Still available for the award ceremony.
Yes, exactly.
We won't use all that for the award ceremony, but yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job with this.
Thank you. Okay, I believe that is it, unless anybody has any questions or wants any more details on anything.
So what we're waiting on to transfer will also cover some of the other lines. I know this is just a highlight of what we typically use, the budget lines that, weren't in the red. We probably addressed those already.
Yes, the budgets that are currently aren't used as regularly as the other budgets. They excuse me again, long day, and I literally ran to get to this meeting. But those budgets, those requests to put more money into those budgets, and then some has been requested as well, and I believe they probably should be handled as soon as the printing and copying budget also increases.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Thank you, Gracie.
Yes, my pleasure. Okay, I'll turn this back to you.
Sarah, do you want me to put the slides up, or do you have anything you'd want to share?
No, mine's pretty much a quick thing. Mainly mine's concerning Facebook. So I was thinking about doing, I started it last week. I didn't really see too many responses. So hopefully as the weeks progress, I'm doing Thursday quotes. So I came up with Inspirational Thursday. So something like that. So every Thursday I'll be posting a quote. Not all of them are going to be concerning about school. Some of them are going to be like just funny ones. And then I was thinking about doing Tuesday memes, because I tried it out. I was like, you know what? Everyone freaks out about the refunds. So I was like, let me see if I can get something coming up about a funny meme. So I posted a meme on the Hack Student page through the VLSAC page, and we've got like 10 likes. So I'm thinking people respond better to pictures and funny.
This was the grandma one, right?
Yes. Well, no, it was from it's Family Guy. I think it was like Hispanic maid, because I literally typed in refund memes because it's tax season.
Yeah, That was good.
like
That
a
one was good.
boatload of refund memes and stuff because of tax season. So I picked one of those. So I'm thinking maybe switching it up a bit and maybe leaning towards more memes. So I'm kind of up in the air right now, but that's
So we did see some increase on just kind of outreach with the Facebook page, and we saw some responses. So that's good. I noticed that we did see a little bit of those percentages go up through the statistics on our Facebook page. We are reaching more people. I think it helped that the VLSAC, the virtual learning page was sharing our page too. They have a larger audience. So we're seeing a little bit of return on that. And it's a process. We're just trying to outreach our marketing a little bit through social media. So
when I was even getting to that point, like maybe I need to start getting in contact with like YouTubers, and I'm curious as to how they got their start. You know, who did they talk to? What did they do and not do to kind of get noticed? So there are this weekend I literally have been in like a rabbit hole because of my exam coming up. So I literally have not done anything. So
that's okay.
I did a little bit of brainstorming.
We saw a lot of but we saw a lot of success with it last week, and that's all I wanted you to, touch on today. That's good. So it was good. And so with that being said, I'm going to share screen again. Thank you, Sarah. So that brings us to item 4. I just want to briefly highlight that at the end of the semester, we do have a good group of the Executive Council graduating and or kind of moving on in their educational pursuits, and we are looking to fill the Executive Council positions come around May. So we will be looking for students to get involved with us a little bit more. I have a questionnaire. Whoops, I forgot to bring it up. I apologize. I have a questionnaire that I wanted to post in the chat that is the best way for students who are interested in touching base with the Virtual Learning Student Advisory Council, whether they want to volunteer or whether they would like to apply for one of the Executive Council positions. This is the best way for them to touch base with us and let us know that they're interested. So as for the recording, I'm going to actually hold off on posting the link in the chat, and then I will just post our email so you can reach out to us for that link to the Google form, which is for that questionnaire. Our email is vlsac@hack.edu, and I will be able to send that link out to you, and we'll be able to get you plugged in with the VLSAC in whatever way that you really fits best for your schedule and what projects we have going on. So at this point, I know it's going to wrap up our meeting a little bit quickly, but Emily, is there anything else that maybe we wanted to go over at all tonight?
I don't have anything to add, but feel free if anyone else has anything to talk about to bring that up.
If anybody has any questions about what we've gone over so far, feel free to post in the chat. I'll read out your question out loud and address it. But we do have, the next part of this meeting is just an open discussion. We want student input on the concept of virtual clubs and different topics that we can try and talk about online. So I'll kind of hold off for just a minute and see if anyone has any questions before I kind of at least describe where we're at as we kind of navigate our way through this process creating virtual clubs. All right, so if there's no questions, then with virtual clubs, where we started this conversation was last fall. We had some online students contact us. They're in the web program. So they study a lot of web programming and graphic design, website building, things like that, but they also are on campus. So the group of students that are pretty familiar with each other from being in the same courses at campus, they also do take classes online. They were looking at ways to get their program kind of more connected through a web club. And I've continued to talk with the student who reached out to us originally, and we're just kind of interested in what others' ideas come to mind when we propose this idea that students in similar career fields or studying programs that are the same, going for the same degree. If students hear that some students are having this idea, I wonder what ideas it would give others. And we just wanted to have an opportunity for students to talk about it as we have these open meetings, and it would help us try to find resources for them if they wanted to, pursue creating a club.
To give you a better idea of what we mean by things that could be used for virtual clubs, I have a few notes on some of the suggestions we got from the last meeting. There are three. One was a club for non-traditional students, which is something that would be very popular considering it's at HAC, the average age of a student is 8 years older, I believe, than the traditional college student at a four-year university, I believe.
That's the difference in average ages between HAC's virtual students and HAC's traditionally on-campus students. So if the average age is about 8 years older for the online students, we can kind of guess that means they're probably working full-time, or maybe they have a couple different part-time jobs, other obligations that mean that their schedule's less or a little bit needs the flexibility of online, or maybe they are parents. So they have kids that they have to, get to and from school and things like that. But right, that's the statistic, is about 8 years older.
Yes, thank you for the clarification and the additional information. The next suggestion was women leadership. I forget what the additional input was, but I believe it was something we got already encouraging other women to be leaders and focusing on previous and current powerful women within leadership positions. And then the last virtual club recommendation was what I listed as news verification. But basically it means learning how to, be able to watch the news and really determine, what part of it is pushed for an agenda, what part of the news has been presented differently, such as statistics and information, to post again a certain agenda, and being able to find truth in all of that for yourself.
Thank you for going over what the suggestions were last week, Gracie. I appreciate it because I didn't have those in front of me. But yeah, so we had some different suggestions from our students last week. If we don't have other suggestions this week, that's fine. We just kind of want to always keep an open dialogue and let students know that we're just here to continue a conversation and support students if they would like to get together and create, virtual clubs, or if they need to, find resources for something that they're interested in. We're just here as a way to get students plugged in the way that works best for them to the best of our abilities. So thank you again, Gracie, for reminding me of the suggestions we had last week.
Anytime.
So if we don't have other suggestions with that, I am going to go on to item 2, which is we're just looking to discuss different things that interest virtual students, no matter what program you're studying. Different things like, topics that we can invite staff and, faculty from HAC to come and talk to us on. So for example, on February 5th, we had a guest speaker, the Director of Academic Technologies, Jason Bowden, come and speak with us and just kind of review how we like Desire to Learn, or D2L Brightspace, which is our learning management system at HAC. And he gave us some really interesting sort of off the record, updates on where we're going to see new things to come from D2L Brightspace in the future. Not this semester, unfortunately, because here I'm going to graduate and not see these new things. Totally bummed. But it was nice to hear from him, and he wanted feedback from students. And we're just all about trying to create opportunities for students to have conversations with other knowledgeable professionals from HAC on different content and topics. So next week, we've lined up a guest speaker at our meeting from Library Services. Her name is Jennifer Hummel, and I know personally, I've worked with her before in a course. She was really knowledgeable on all the resources that a virtual student can access from home that, are available online from Hack's library. And I'm hoping that that's kind of the stuff that she can walk us through next week, but I'm going to let her, kind of run through what she'd like students to know, and we can always ask her questions. So if anyone has suggestions on, other topics, content that they want to see, the VLSAC also makes a point of trying to bring on-campus events online. So what that means, or an example of that, is at the beginning of the meeting I mentioned we're going to be assisting with an event called Hack Tank. So Hack Tank is the business club's Shark Tank. So students are going to be pitching business ideas. They're going to be competing for a cash prize, and there's a couple different categories that they could win too. And students will get to vote for what's called audience choice. So it's pretty exciting that what we're doing is taking that event and broadcasting it live through Zoom. So online students can plug into our Zoom meeting for that and view and also vote in the same contest and competition for the business club students. So we're excited to do that, but we're also open to other ideas on, something that's going on your campus, or, that you think is worthwhile bringing to the online platform that maybe other virtual students would like to see or learn more about.
From last week's meeting, there was only one suggestion for topic recommendations for guest speakers, which was good study habits. So that's an example of something that somebody could speak on. It doesn't need to be, extremely, what's the word that I want to use? Extremely focused on a very, very specific topic relating to only certain students and within certain majors. It can be something as broad as good study habits to really anything specific, such as good business tips, really.
Yeah, that's a good point. It really doesn't have to be completely niche. It could be just simply someone, who has professional experience and wants to, have conversation with students and just, wish us our best. And hopefully there's always something that we can gain, from networking with others. So yeah, thanks, Gracie. All right. So yeah, that would be my last slide. So thanks everyone. Galen and Brianna, thank you for attending. So usually our meetings have a little bit more content if we have some discussions to go over, as well as if there's anything to vote on. This week we just didn't happen to have any of that to go over. But next week, like I said, we're going to have a guest speaker. So that's Monday, February 26th at 7 p.m. You can use the exact same Zoom meeting link or the meeting ID to get plugged into our meeting next week. And Brianna, I believe this is the first time that you attended a meeting with us. If it is, make sure to check your email. New students get a swag giveaway. And you can find us on Facebook and also catch previous meetings. We've recorded them. They get posted to D2L, and we post them under the content page. So EC members, if I didn't miss anything, I'm going to call for meeting adjourned. Okay, awesome. So thanks again to our meeting attendees tonight. I'm going to cut the recording. And EC members, let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll get our executive council meeting started a little sooner tonight. Thanks, everybody.